Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to look at the Makita BHX2500CA leaf blower. Now, if you're tired of renting leaf blowers from Home Depot, you may want to take a look at this leaf blower. Now, this is a 4-stroke engine, meaning it only needs to take gasoline as its main fuel source, compared to 2-stroke engines where it needs a 50-50 mixture of gasoline and oil. Having this leaf blower makes things much easier. So I'm going to go do a quick rundown of how to set it up and compare it to one of my old leaf blower, which is electric power, which is barely useful for anything other than the patio and the driveway. Well, I'm going to put this one to the rigor test and see how it compares. But first, let's jump into it and let's figure out how to set this up. Alright, looking at your leaf blower from top, you can see several buttons. First, you have your stop button, which if you push it forward, it'll stop your leaf blower completely. Next, you have your cruise control button here on your side. And right below it, underneath, you'll see your trigger button. Also conveniently located for you is the location of the spark plug. By sliding back on the slide, get quick, easy access to your spark plug. By pulling back the cap here, and you can see right there is your spark plug. Now this leaf blower does have an air filter. You can use the sure it's completely dry before you put it back in. Alright, let's get this thing started so we get our work done for the day. The first thing you need is engine oil. What the manual recommends is that you use 10W30. Now you can get either regular or full synthetic. I prefer the full synthetic so it makes the engine last longer. Now this engine takes about 2.7 fluid ounces, so that's not quite a lot. So this is where you add the engine oil. And if you fill it all the way up to here, that's about 2.7 fluid ounces. So alright, let's fill it up. So basically when it comes to knowing how much you need to add, you basically want to add to the top shelf. When you look in the manual, it'll clearly describe where that shelf line is. So alright, take your engine cap and just place it back in. Alright, now that you have your engine oil filled up, now let's add our gasoline to our tank. Now this takes regular gasoline. Here I'm using just regular 87 gasoline, the same gasoline that I use for my car and my lawnmower and snowblower. So that's why it makes it much convenient. So I only have to carry one fuel at any time. Alright, now that the tank is filled with gasoline, it's time to prime your carburetor. Now there's a button right beneath the carburetor. You gotta prime it about 7 to 10 times. And you'll notice that your gasoline will come directly into your carburetor. I don't know if you saw that. Now if you didn't catch that, you'll see the fuel being siphoned through the yellow tube. Alright, before we start using our leaf blower, let's attach the nozzles. There's little groove marks, indentation to line up your nozzle hole. So just basically line it up. Slide, twist. Use your included tool to lock it in place. Alright, with your main nozzle, you also have your Nozzle A. So basically you attach it the same way as your main nozzle. Slide into the grooves and twist. Now this leaf blower does have a flat nozzle head, which is much more better for leaf blowing. But I'm going to test it out. Now you can get the optional Nozzle B, which comes separate for about $10. But I'm going to check out how this works out. Alright, with all your nozzles connected, let's start it up. So basically this is your pull switch, this is your throttle assembly. So basically what you want to do is make sure it's all the way pulled up And make sure your stop button is pushed back. And that's basically it. Alright, let's get this started and start cleaning up our yard. Alright, just when I was about to finish up wrapping up the video, happened to get this in the mail. So this is the Nozzle B that I was talking about earlier. Now, this has a much flatter nose, so let's see if it makes any difference in blowing the leaves. So let's pop this on. Alright, so is Nozzle B worth it in terms of this little minor upgrade? For 3 reasons, yes it does. First, the first reason I can think of is because it concentrates the flow of the air in a narrow slit, which optimizes the force of the fan. The second, when you look at the direction of this nozzle, it has a fan-like shape, so it maximizes the spread of the power. And for the third reason, if you look at the angle of this, it's pointed downward. Versus when you look at nozzle A, it's basically a tube-like shape. So when you're holding the leaf blower, you're doing little effort. The nozzle is handling most of the force. Versus this one, you have to basically tilt your leaf blower slightly downward a bit. So in my opinion, yes, Nozzle B is definitely worth it. So I'll put the product number where you can find this on Amazon. So in terms of overall runtime, it lasted me around, I would say around 40 minutes, give or take, plus or minus 5 minutes. So overall, in terms of 2-stage leaf blower, for me, I felt it lasts at least double the amount of time. So the biggest complaint that I have with this leaf blower is just minor, is that yes, it does suck in air from this fan here. So if you're wearing jeans, not a big problem. But if you're wearing shorts, you might find that aggravating. The other thing I noticed in terms of negative reviews is this nozzle adapter B. Now, a lot of people complained that it kept falling off. But the trick that I found is that you see here, once you slide it in, you have to slide it even more. See, there's a little notch here, which you got really force it over in order to really lock into place. So you might have to really twist it once you get to the end to get that final click. So in terms of power, it's probably on the lower end in comparison to 2-stage gas leaf blowers. This came in around 24.5 cc's versus compared to like 2-stage gas blowers handheld. They're around at least 25, at most 35 cc's. So it's towards on the lower end spectrum. But for housework, in terms of like a suburbia style home, with like, for me, I have a 0.2 acre lot, and I'm only like leaf blowing like half of it. It took me around 40 minutes to get that whole work done. It's not bad, but if you're looking for like something for a one size acre, you're probably better off using one of those backpack leaf blowers. So, I mean, overall, I'll give this like probably a B to B plus. I mean, the biggest caveat of this, especially this Makita brand, is that it uses regular gasoline, which it saves me a ton of trips to Home Depot. Alright, that's all I have for today. If you found this video interesting and informative, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from my channel, hit the subscribe buttons. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, leave in the section below. I'd love to hear back from you guys. Till next time, peace out.